Good morning, everybody. I'm Mark Love with Transwest Truck Trailer RV, and today I'm going to be talking about a great used coach. This is a 2024 Renegade Explorer 40 ERB, and boy, what a difference a week makes, eh? Last Wednesday it was 8 degrees. I spent most of the time inside the coach. Today it's beautiful, going to be in the mid-50s, so I'll talk a lot more about the outside on this one. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, the Explorers were sort of patterned after the Verona LEs as far as the trim level inside. Veronas are on an M2 106 chassis with a 8.9 liter Cummins, 360 horse Cummins. A lot of people wanted the bigger chassis. They wanted the bigger engine. So they came up with the Explorer, put it on the Cascadia chassis, which are so comfortable to drive. We'll talk about that on the inside. But this has got the, it's the Cascadia P4 116 chassis, which means you can put a bigger engine in it. It's got the DD13, which is 525 horse, 1,850 pound-feet of torque on this one. And let's just go ahead and look at it. You can tell just by me standing here, it's a much taller chassis than the M2s. And like I say, this is the Detroit Diesel 13 liter, 525 horse. Like all of your Super Cs, it's easy to do the work yourself. If you like to get in here, check your transmission fluid, air filter up on top. We've got our coolant right here, air dryer right here. These are kind of unique. You've got your positive and negative terminals. If you do need to jump it or give somebody a jump, very easy to access right there. Let's take a look over on the other side. So over here you can see we've got our power steering fluid, our oil dipstick right here. Again, that's our coolant. And with these tires turned, I can step inside and reach this very easily. Another thing I'd like to point out that Freightliner does, you see this steering mechanism here, and the whole geometry of that belt crank unit, it's designed so it's exactly in line with your front axle. What that does is you're going down the road and you hit a big pothole, this is going to collapse. This is going to shake quite a bit. But because of the geometry, it doesn't transfer it up to the steering wheel. So you don't get that, you know, bouncing all over the road when you do hit a pothole. Just a great feature by Freightliner. And these have a nice strut system on it. So if the wind should come up and blow it over, it doesn't come crashing down on your head. Okay, we got the Alcoa aluminum wheels throughout. Over here on the driver's side, I'll show you we've got a 120-gallon fuel tank, then a 12-gallon def tank. You fill those right here. We also have a plug-in here for our engine preheat if it's a cold winter day and you want to warm up your engine a little bit. Now, when you get to the Cascadia, like I said, it's quite a bit taller chassis, but I'm only 5'8", and it's very easy for people to get in and out of these. First of all, this skid plate here, when it's, you know, icy or snowy, it brushes the snow off your shoes very well, which is a nice feature. With a couple of grab handles here, you've got one up here. It's easy to step up into this cab, as you can see. So, like I say, the Cascadia is a comfortable drive, much better chassis, bigger engine, and as long as you can deal with the height okay, you don't have any problem. Another thing I'd like to point out, we've got our, right here it is, our air ride seat. So you can see, you can blow that up, let it come down. But we also have a couple of lumbar supports right here, which make it very easy to adjust to get comfortable. You got your tilt right here. Also, you have what's called a chucker, and that's kind of what this lever is here. You can lock it so it doesn't swing back and forth, but not only when you're going down the road does this bounce up and down when you hit a bump, kind of smooth out the ride, but it'll rock back and forth if you want it. If you don't like that feature, you can lock it so it's in a solid position. Okay, let's take a look at what we've got down here on the driver's side. In this first compartment, we've got our Dragonfly lithium batteries. So that's what the 3 on the bottom are. We also have 3 starting batteries right up here. This is a quick connect to tie into your compressor. So they give you an air hose, great for filling up your tires or you know, maybe beach toys, or maybe your Jeep, you let the tires out to go on a gnarly trail, you come back, you want to fill them up. So right there's where you do it. And the standard with the lithium is 2 batteries. This one gets the 3rd, so it's got the upgrade. And along with that, you have 3 200-watt solar panels up on the roof. So if you do like to get out there and be off grid for a while, you've got a lot of power here. You can stay out there for a long time. Another thing I'll talk about right now, you've heard me say how much I like the Renegade compartment doors. You can see they're dual latch, very heavy insulated doors, solid hinges, and you barely have to shut them and they latch. You're not slamming them like some of the others. Okay, right here is our 3,000 watt Victron inverter. And you do get some storage in there. And if you notice also, they've rhino lined all these compartments, a spray liner. Easy to keep it clean. You know, it doesn't get all scratched up. I like this better than the felt or the carpet lined ones. That is an option, but you know, I would recommend getting it on any of them where it is an option. This just, we've got our gray tank and black tank. By the way, this has got 150 gallons of fresh water, 75 black and gray. Right there's a couple of your tanks. I guess you do have a little bit of room down there for storage if you want to use it that way. And then over here, you notice we have a macerator system with this. The macerators, like a garbage disposal, chew up the solid waste and it pumps it out so you can clean out your tanks better. On top of that, Renegade uses macerator toilets. So this is a bath-and-a-half system. Both toilets in there are macerator toilets. And the beauty of that is it keeps your black tank cleaner. You can pump it out, empty it real well. You have a black tank flush to rinse it down, keeps the odors out pretty well. This compartment's got our water closet. You can see we've got a whole house water filter. That blue hose there is a hot water line. Dump valves, black and gray right here, and they are in a heated area. Over here on the far right, you can see we've got our black tank flush. And we also have a monitor panel here for our battery, fresh, gray. So that is 7%. That's probably the antifreeze that we put in the lines this time of the year. Come back to this compartment, and this is our 8K generator. This is the Onan quiet diesel generator. The 8,000 watt is the most common Onan generator. Nice thing about that is easy to get parts, easy to have it worked on, where some of the larger ones you might have a little more problem with. Then finally, in this back compartment, we have our 50 amp power cord. Now, these are a manual out, but they are a electric rewind coming back in. In the winter, when you've got that laying out in the snow and they're frozen, they're hard to roll up. So it's nice to have that feature. Also, you can see we've got our transfer switch and surge guard built in right there. 110 plug over here. And again, that rhino lining throughout really makes for nice compartments. Okay, let's move around back. Now, this is the 525 Detroit, like I said, and it's rated at 20,000 pounds. So it comes with the 3-inch hitch, has a reducer down to 2-inch if you're pulling with a blue ox or something like that. Over here, we've got hookups for our glad hands. If you're pulling a trailer with air brakes, that's where you would plug them in. We do have a connection for a Voyager camera. Maybe you've got a stacker trailer and you want a camera on the back of that. You'd hook it in right there. And of course, our standard 7-pin plug is right there. By the way, this unit I think has just shy of 16,000 miles on it. It's in great shape. The back cap, I love the look that they've got, the LED lights and everything, but they do a nice feature when they split this into two pieces. Most of the time, any damage you do, which 9 times out of 10 is going to be when you're in reverse and you hit something, or maybe pulling out from a gas station, you swing into the bollard. But if you damage the bottom here, you can just replace the bottom. You don't have to do the whole cap. Where a lot of other companies you see with a one-piece cap, this is a great idea. You can see we've got our camera up there. That's the vent for our dryer. Got a washer dryer in the back bathroom. As we come around the passenger side here, this first compartment, nice storage compartment. You can see there are some travel locks there. Now, admittedly, most people don't use these. These slides stay in fine. But if you notice one leaking out maybe a little bit as you're going down the road, they do provide those for you so you could lock it in tight. And again, so easy to close these doors. This is a rather large compartment. It's got some pass-through underneath. What you see there in that box is spare tiles for inside. If you've got a camp table or some big lawn chairs or other items, maybe a little giant ladder, it'll all fit in there, underneath. So nice feature to have that extra space under the chassis rails. Got some marker lights on the side here. Keyless entry, nice heavy-duty grab handle. We come up here. This is our 450 Aqua Hot. It's your hydronic heating system, on-demand hot water, provides the engine or the coach heat, burns the diesel there. And up here we do have our outside Samsung TV with a sound bar. I probably shouldn't have let go of that. I'm not going to jump and grab it. I'll close it when we're done. Just a little vertically challenged here, but this does pull out and articulate. Now this compartment, these two are one large open compartment. And you can see over here we've got our air hose, and we've also got a portable Winegard satellite there. Kind of a nice feature. But again, longer items, maybe ladders, things like that, you have a lot of room right here to store them. Another thing I'll point out, a couple of safety features they have. On the passenger side, this is a sensor for your lane assist, blind spot monitoring, but you also notice there's a mirror right up there, and it's looking straight down. If you're driving this by yourself, and let's say a motorcycle pulls up or a little sports car, you might not see it. So with this sensor, with that mirror, you can keep an eye on this part of the coach. A lot of the Cascadias you'll see on the road have what they call bubble mirrors, and they kind of stick out here, and it's literally for watching this blind spot. If you've got a passenger, he can just look down and say, hey, there's a car there, don't turn. But it's just an extra safety feature. Another nice thing about the Cascadia chassis. Okay, let's take a look inside. Actually, before we do that, I talk about the Vega Touch app quite a bit, and I'll show you. It's got to detect it again. It shouldn't take too long. But while I'm, here we go. While I'm out here, I'm going to go ahead and run the bedroom slides out. I like to leave the front slides in to show you what it's like when you travel. But the beauty of this is if I've got something real close right here, I can sit here and watch it. Same thing with the awning. I can run the awning out with this app. And if you got a tree, if you got something you're worried about hitting, you can sit right out here and watch it. So that's a nice little feature with this Vega Touch app. We'll talk about it when we get inside here. Why don't you go ahead and step up to the cab area and So I like to give you an idea what this is like, you know, when we travel. Let me see, roadside. While I'm talking about it, I'm going to go ahead and run my bedroom slide out right there. But with the slides in, you can see how much room there is. Easy to get through to your refrigerator, your sink, maybe make a sandwich or something. If you've got bigger dogs, they're not struggling to get through in such a tight area. Of course, the bed and the dresser in the back touch, so it makes it hard to get into that rear bathroom area. But, you know, it makes it nice when you travel. And then I'm going to go ahead and run these out right here. So this unit has 4 slides. It's a 40-footer. I think it's 40 feet 10 inches overall. 7-foot ceilings. Nice soft padded ceiling. Not only does this help with the acoustics, makes it a little bit quieter, but it also gives you an R value, helps insulate it better. And there's our main slide going out. So again, when I'm in a Renegade, I use this app an awful lot. Okay, and you can see when it opens up, you've almost got a dance floor here, if you're into that. Okay, let me see. Let's start out with the cab since we're up front. Show you what we've got here for storage. Nice, good sized compartment on both sides of the cab. That's your awning controller right there, I believe. You've got 110 outlets on both sides. Up here, we've got our equalizer system. These are auto levelers. Typically, when you get in here and start it up, you're going to hear something beeping. And if you don't know where it is, you're going to look for a while. You just have to hit all retract. Once it kind of cycles, you shut it off and that beeping stops. Got a light switch here for our cab area. If you do hook into your antenna, you do have power boost right here. And then these are blackout screens for your side windows, your front window. You also have a nice curtain here that you can pull around at night if you want to. Okay, again, these are extremely comfortable seats. Let me see, I'm gonna blow that up a little bit. There we go. And let me go ahead and fire this up. Okay, one thing about the Cascadia is they design it so everything's kind of facing the driver, which keeps your hands on the wheel, your eyes forward. You're not searching, you know, where do I shift and all that, which is a great feature. And like I say, this one, I've got the chucker off, I guess, so it'll rock back and forth, but it kind of bounces up and down, smooths out the ride. You've got the same thing on the passenger seat. Another feature they have is your camera is right here. And, you know, you can scroll through your side view cameras. If you have a trailer camera, you also, you know, get the multiple views right there. But this is always on. That's kind of a neat view because I can see what's behind me and see it on both sides. Always on, facing the driver. So just kind of convenient to have it that way. Okay, over here on our dash, right here we've got our climate control, your heating and air conditioning. Down below it, this is our camera switch. So if you want to toggle back and forth between the truck and the trailer, you have it right there. You also have a couple of 12-volt power outlets. And how often do you see a cigarette lighter anymore? That's kind of a rarity. Over here, we've got our suspension, so I can dump it, especially if I'm backing up to hook up a trailer, or when I come to level it, I want to dump that down so my levelers have more travel, able to get you good and level a little bit easier. Here's your differential lock right here. This is your air brake for the coach. If you do have a trailer with air brakes, this is where you'd engage it and disengage it. And then over here, you can manually engage your trailer brake with this lever right here. Up above, we've got our override for the engine shut down. Occasionally, if maybe there's a def issue or it needs to regen the engine, you can shut that off and override it. This is your lane departure warning. You can turn that off right here. Automatic traction control, same thing, you might not want it on. You do have some utility lights, your four-way flashers. Here we've got a light at our footwell. This is the regen if you want to force it to burn off that particulate chamber. You can do it right here. Generally, you'll probably never need to use that. Over here we have a light test. It's nice, you can hit this light test and it'll go through all of your outside lights, so you can check to make sure that they're working. Nice big screen right here. Now, a couple of ways to use this. You can just scroll through, go to your cab, go to your chassis. Let's see, this should bring up, my tire monitor system. But you can also do that right here on the right side of your wheel. This mouse, you got to get used to using it, trying to get the navigation right there. But it does have the, I believe this is the Rand McNally maps. So it shows us where we are. If you want to search for gas stations, rest stops, campgrounds, things like that, you can do it right there. And then again, your phone connection, you connect it, and here's where you'd answer it. Your volume is right here. This is where you'd answer your phone, hang it up. Now over here on the left side, this is going to control our main screen up front. So right there is a speedometer. Nice little feature is they've got your DEF and your fuel both right here. It's nice to be able to keep an eye on your DEF. A lot of times you're searching where that is. Over here we've got our air pressure guides right there. Like I say, 15,928 is the mileage. And let's see, as I scroll through the screens, now I've got adaptive cruise control, I've got active braking, you can set your distance right there. Overspeed if you're going over the speed limit, like most of us do when we're driving, engine idle and so forth. But you can scroll through it right here, set your cruise control right there, cancel it, go back to your main screen, all with the left side of the dial. Now, right here, this is where we put it into gear, easy to shift it to drive, to reverse. Also, you can, I guess I don't need this anymore, you can engage your engine brake. You've got a multi-stage engine brake and 3 stages. You adjust that right here. Also, you can manually shift it right over there. Then on this side, we've got our blinkers, our windshield wipers, and our light switches are all right here. Then over here we do have this is our variable light switches. So actually it's a pretty simple dash, but the way it's designed, it kind of wraps around the driver, extremely comfortable, especially when you're putting in a lot of hours. We do have heated adjustable mirrors over here, window right here controls, and then our lock, door lock and unlock right there. So again, the Cascadia P4 116 chassis is what we're in. You actually get a couple of like little glove boxes, one on each side. Some storage here. I guess we've already looked at that. So let's move back into the kitchen living room area. So behind the driver's seat, first of all, we've got our 18 cubic foot residential refrigerator. And a lot of room in here. And it's got a dedicated inverter. This is always on when your battery is on. And you do get a couple of locks there for both the freezer and the refrigerator. Nice pantry. And everything in here is soft close. Well, except maybe that one. Another deep drawer, and you know, let me find a good one here to point it out. This storage area, you do have an adjustable shelf right here. Then over here, 4 nice pull-out drawers, and I want to point out, you can see these have dovetail construction, very thick actual maple. This isn't a plywood or a, you know, particle board or anything like that. Beautiful cabinets. They close very easily. By the way, this is the Denali interior that we're in right now. Overhead, we've got a convection microwave. Another thing I noticed, they give you all the settings here. If you're gonna, you know, do some French fries, if you're doing your popcorn, what setting, baked potato, sweet potato, it tells you what settings. I thought that was kind of interesting. Underneath here, we've got our true induction cook surface. So again, this coach has no propane. It's all electric. When you're cooking with induction, it shows you right there, anything a magnet will stick to will work. So that includes, I believe, your cast iron and pretty much anything that you use at home. If a magnet sticks to it, you can use it in here. Next to that, we've got a very deep undermount stainless steel sink. And I like that it's under the countertop because it's a lot easier to clean. You don't have that edge that might catch crumbs and stuff like that. Residential sprayer. There are manual day-night shades throughout, and I actually don't mind the manual. In some of the big, like the King Airs, the Essex, it's cool to sit in that couch, hit one button and it closes it all, dims the lights, makes it, you know, something that you might want to watch a movie all with one button. But I think you tend to have more problems or maybe need to adjust the electric ones a little more, the stop points. With the manual ones, they never seem to break. Okay, overhead here, we've got another nice storage area. And I talked about this on a couple of my other videos. You reach back here in a lot of coaches, and you can tell, is this solid maple hardwood, or is this a wrap style, maybe using poplar or pine or something with veneer? And these are all solid, solid hardwood cabinets, nice hidden hinges, brushed nickel handles, just a great look to them. And then over here, got room for a trash can under there. That's actually a subwoofer down there. On this side, you've got more storage. And again, this shelf is adjustable if you want it higher or lower. And then 2 more nice pull-out drawers. I love it when you see the darker wood or part of a knot or something in the wood. It lets you know that this is real. Here's your TV, and nice little feature here. It does pull out. Will articulate in either direction. But if you look behind this TV, we've actually got some storage here. Oops, it opens this way. And that goes all the way through. You have one of these cabinet doors on both sides. You have another 110 outlet in there. But that's a lot of room that goes all the way back behind the TV. We do have a place for video components, a sound bar there. And once you get this lined up, it's very easy to snap it right back into place for travel. And then, oh, we already looked under here, I guess. So across from the kitchen area, we do have our living room. Let's take a look at what we've got up here first. Again, I like the fact that these are open. If you've got longer items, you can store them up here easily. You just have more room if you don't have a divider in each cabinet. And then this here, I'll go ahead and show you. We do have a hide-a-bed, and let me see, this one is the simple pull-out mattress. If you watched last week, I struggled a little bit. I practiced on this one. It comes out, come on, baby. There we go. So very easy to set that up. This is kind of compressed now, but it is going to kind of fill up if you were to leave it out. So it's actually a pretty comfortable sleeper. Very easy to set up and to put away. Okay. And there were 2 seat belts back there, by the way. Okay, next to the couch, we've got our dinette, and this is kind of unique. Usually when you're at this level, you know, the more money you spend, they're designed for fewer people. You know, dinner for, or cocktails for 6, dinner for 4, sleeping for 2 is the saying. But this is actually a convertible dinette. Flip the switch, it'll drop down, rest on the cleats right there. So you have 2 extra sleepers right here. Kind of makes up for the fact that you don't have the overhead bunk in this if you're, you know, traveling with kids or a lot of people. And then under here, both sides has a storage drawer. This is the cushion that would go on the table if you do make it a bed. And you've got a couple of seat belts over on this side. Also, it does come with an ottoman. This is an option, so when you're watching TV, if you want to put your feet up, you do have a place here. This actually spins around if you want to, you know, put your dinner plate there or something. Great place to store it here when you travel. And again, nice storage overhead. And these are deep. It's 18 or 20 inches deep. So it'll fit the big microwave plate if you want to put it up there. And then at your table, a couple of nice cup holders. You've got the 110, the USB, the USB-C. You know, very convenient. You've got those plugs throughout the coach. And nice accent lighting on this one too. Kind of hard to see during the day, but you can get a look at that. Okay, as we move back toward the bedroom, first thing, you walk in, we do have some storage here, but I love this. You've got a coat closet, which is just so convenient when you come in and want to hang up your coat or sweater. Down here, we've got our fuses, breakers. You know, these are the 110 and the 12 volt. Also, your energy management system over here, it tells you how many amps you're drawing and so forth, state of the battery, things like that. So we move back a little further. We actually have a half bathroom, and let me just open some of this storage and get out of the way. I don't know if that medicine cabinet will stay open or not, but let me step back so Jody can give you a shot of that. And like I mentioned outside, that is a macerator toilet. So even if you don't have the macerator system outside for your black tank, this chews it up pretty good and makes it easier to completely drain your black tank with just your regular gravity hoses. And then one more storage area I don't think you got a chance to see. So place for linens, you know, this isn't a real big one, but it's not your main bathroom. Solid surface countertop, nice backsplashes. Right here is our main Firefly panel. And again, well, I got it set on the slide outs. This is for our Aqua Hot. Now the Aqua Hot has an electric element and a diesel element. You do have heat pumps in your air conditioners. Energy management, this is your auto gen start right here. The more and more you look at the newer motorhomes, you're going to see these quite a bit, and they're very easy to scroll through and figure out. When you go to your settings, this is where the Vera or the Vega Touch is. You know, you can take a picture of that with your camera. It'll take it to the app, download it. whenever you get into a unit, it'll give you which unit it's in, and then once you find it on your phone, you put the code in, then it opens it up. And like I say, I use it a lot. I really like that feature. Okay, as we move back here into the bedroom, the first thing I'm going to show you, and this is one of the really good features of the Renegades. Your water tanks are under the bed. This is a heated area. Your water lines are all running within the frame, so you don't have to worry about freeze-ups as much. Your water pump's right here. This is our winterization line. You can see a little blue in there from where we winterized it. Also, these have a big drain, what is that, 2.5 or 3 inch drain. If you have to drain 150 gallons, it doesn't take forever right here. Also, you have low point drains and a couple of circulating fans here. So if you need to blow some heat in there, it'll do it. Also, right here in front, this is our central vacuum. I didn't show you outside is the system in one of the compartments, and I think the accessories for that are in here. Now, let me go ahead and open these. Again, you get pass-through storage all the way, very deep. You have a 110 outlet back there. And another nice feature, right under here, you've got one of your panels, so you can start your generator, shut it off, turn all the lights on and off, master switch right there, turn your fan on. With the taller ceiling, it does give you the option to have a fan over the bed, which is kind of nice. Then across from the bed here, we've got our dresser and wardrobe area. Get a couple of shirt closets on each side of the bed. 3 deep pull-out drawers. Under here, yeah, here's our accessories for the vacuum. And you've got a little compartment there for video components. A lot of people aren't using satellites anymore. You see a lot more of the streaming services. And another big drawer there. This TV, although it has a strap, it really doesn't pull out and articulate. That's so they can mount it, get into the TV or the back of it if they need to. Again, the day-night shades throughout. Same setup over on this side. 3 deep drawers and a shirt closet. And again, I mentioned they kind of patterned this after the Verona LE, which is the upgrade of the Verona, where you get the tile floors, you get the aqua hot, the nicer countertops, but they put it on a bigger chassis, so you've got a bigger engine, and a lot of people like that 525. You can go up Eisenhower Pass at 55, 60 miles an hour, where on the 360s, sometimes you're dogging it a little bit on the higher passes, so very nice feature that they've designed it with this bigger chassis. Okay, and then finally we come to the bathroom, and first of all, we do have a washer dryer. And again, a porcelain toilet there with, and again, that's a macerator toilet. Over here we've got nice storage in our medicine cabinet area. You can see the solid surface Corian style countertops and the nice backsplash, and you have that in both of your bathrooms. Storage there with an adjustable shelf. 3 more pull-out compartments. And then over here, we get another shirt closet on top and 3 adjustable shelves down below. And finally, it brings us to our shower. Now it's got the teak seat, which is an option, but again, this is something I'd get every time if you had the option. And with the skylight, if you're 6'6" or something like that, it's easy to get in here and take a shower. You've got, you know, enough elbow room. Obviously, if you're that large of a person or, you know, playing the NFL or the NBA, you're probably hunched over a little bit. But a nice tall shower makes it easier for taller, larger people to get in here and get cleaned up. Okay, let me take another look and see what I'm forgetting here. Oh yeah, nice tile floor, and these are heated floors. So you've got the electric heat grid throughout, and I believe this one's just 2 zones, the front, then the bedroom, bathroom area. But, you know, that you would get into through your main panel here, main climate, floor, bay, aqua hot. Anyway, scroll through here, you'll find the controls for your heated floor. Once again, this is a 2024 Renegade Explorer 40 ERB. My name is Mark Love. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I think it's showing my contact information at the bottom. Things are starting to get nice outside, so camping isn't that far off. Give us a call or come on down if you want to take a look or take a test drive in one of these. Like always, happy trails, my friends. Drive careful, and I'll see you next week.